We just got new early kit information on Iroi, the Phase 2 character coming in version 1.2 alongside Shinku, and honestly, the kit concept is more interesting than I expected. Sheep summons, ranged healer, attack buffs, crit damage from awakenings. There's a lot to talk about here. In this video, we're going through everything we know about Iroi's kit, my reaction to it, and then I want to address the question that's on every Shinku fan's mind. Do these two actually work together? Let's get into it. New NTE leaks are dropping regularly right now and information moves fast. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything as 1.2 approaches. Now, let's get into the context. Quick timeline. We are currently in version 1.0 Phase 2 with Hotori's banner running until June 3rd. Version 1.1 starts June 3rd, bringing Lacrimosa in Phase 1 and Chaos in Phase 2. And if you want to save money on these upcoming banners, Enjoy GM offers up to 23% off on first-time purchases, so check out Enjoy GM with my link below. Well, version 1.2 follows in the late July to early August window, and that's where Shinku and Iroi arrive. Shinku in Phase 1, Iroi in Phase 2, so we have about 2 months before their banners go live, which means now is exactly the right time to understand what you're pulling for. The source for this leak is Sova, and I want to give proper context here because source credibility matters. Sova is consistently treated as one of the more reliable early-stage leakers in the NTE community. His information gets reposted heavily across r/NTE leaks, Telegram leak groups, and YouTube summary channels across multiple languages. That high repost volume is a genuine signal of community trust. People wouldn't keep sharing his material if it kept being wrong. He typically shares early and partial information rather than complete polished kit descriptions, which means numbers and specifics will evolve, but the directional information tends to be solid. So treat this leak as reliable early kit direction. Not final, not complete, but worth taking seriously. Now let's talk about Iroi. First, the basics. She's an anima element character from C.S.U Division 2, same faction as Shinku and Mint. Her role is healer and she fights at long range. That positioning detail is actually meaningful. A ranged healer stays at the back and stays safe while the main DPS does the aggressive frontline work. For a team built around Shinku's diving and frenzy mode gameplay, having a support who naturally stays out of the way is practically useful. Her skill deploys sheep, up to 3 of them. Each sheep has its own unique features, behaviors, and abilities. We don't have the complete breakdown of what each individual sheep does yet. That information is still coming. But the concept is a summon-based healer who deploys multiple independent companions that provide ongoing support while she manages positioning and resources. Think summoner-style gameplay where the pets are doing work between your own actions. Her ultimate is still using placeholder names from Edgar, another leaker convention where unnamed skills get temporary labels, so the ULT description isn't translatable yet, but the core function will become clearer as more information surfaces. Her QTE, the quick team switch triggered ability, is self-healing. She heals herself on trigger, which gives her good personal survivability and means she doesn't drain the team's healing resources just to keep herself alive. The key mechanics from this leak are the most important part for evaluating her role. Her healing scales off max HP. This is the standard approach for dedicated healers, and it means investing in her HP stat is directly investing in her team's survivability. Higher HP investment equals stronger heals. The scaling is transparent and buildable. She increases ally attack. This is the detail that elevates her beyond a pure healer. She's not just keeping people alive, she's actively buffing the damage output of the characters she's supporting. For a main DPS like Shinku, who needs both survivability during aggressive frenzy mode and damage amplification to maximize her burst windows, an attack buff from the support is exactly the right kind of contribution. Her awakenings boost healing output and increase crit damage for allies. The crit damage Eidolon effect is the high investment payoff. If you're planning to go deep on Iroi, your Shinku is hitting harder with higher crit damage amplification on top of the base attack buff. The combination of sustain plus offensive amplification at Eidolon investment is the profile of a character worth building rather than just tolerating. My reaction to this kit, honestly, I like it more than I expected to. When the Phase 2 character of a big DPS patch is a healer, the concern is always whether she's just filler. You pull the main DPS and the healer feels obligatory rather than exciting. But the sheep summon mechanic is genuinely interesting. Summon-based gameplay is something NTE hasn't really explored yet, and having up to 3 independent sheep each with different roles creates a depth of management that most healers don't offer. You're not just pressing heal on cooldown, you're positioning and deploying a small team of your own within the team. The long-range positioning reinforces this. She's operating from a different space than your active character, her sheep are operating independently, and the whole system creates an active layer of gameplay that pure reactive healers don't have. The attack buff plus crit damage awakenings tell me the designers specifically built her to pair with aggressive DPS characters. They didn't make a defensive support. They made an aggressive enabler who happens to also keep everyone alive. That distinction matters for how fun she is to actually play and how much she contributes to a team's ceiling rather than just its floor. My honest pull take, if you're going for Shinku in Phase 1, Iroi in Phase 2 deserves serious consideration rather than automatic skip. The question is whether the synergy justifies the investment. Which brings me to the main question. Do Shinku and Iroi actually work together? Yes, and the answer isn't just they can work. They're specifically designed to complement each other. Let me break down why. Faction synergy is the first and most important factor. Both are from C.S.U. Division 2. In NTE, characters from the same faction have built-in passive interactions, team-wide buffs, easier Esper cycle activation, and what the community is calling faction resonance. Running 2 characters from the same unit isn't just thematically appropriate, it's mechanically rewarded. The game explicitly wants you to build around factions, and the Division 2 pairing between Shinku and Iroi is not accidental. Role complementarity is equally important. Look at what Shinku needs. She's an aggressive aerial main DPS who builds Fury into Frenzy mode for enhanced attacks and big finishers. During Frenzy, she's diving, striking, and channeling, which means she's taking damage and spending resources aggressively. She needs sustained healing to stay alive during that aggressive window. She needs attack buffs to maximize what her Frenzy state outputs. She needs a support who stays out of the way rather than requiring complex positioning of their own. Iroi gives her all of those things. HP scaling heals keep Shinku alive during Frenzy dives. Attack buff directly amplifies what Frenzy hits for. Long-range positioning means Iroi isn't competing for space. Sheep summons provide ongoing support between Iroi's own actions. The QTE self-heal means Iroi takes care of herself, so Shinku doesn't need to babysit the support slot. The speculated team for 1.2 content is Shinku as main DPS, Iroi as healer and buffer, and 1 or 2 flexible slots for additional C.S.U. characters, if available, or universal supports like Sakiri or Haniel equivalents. That core of Shinku plus Iroi gives you burst damage and sustain and attack amplification, which covers the 3 things most endgame content challenges you on. The community consensus is landing on calling them a complete package for C.S.U. Division 2 investment. Pull Shinku for the damage, pull Iroi for the comfort and survivability. The 2 together create a more complete team than either does alone. Are there concerns? A few. The element mix of Cosmos and Anima doesn't perfectly align with all current Esper cycle reactions. Blossom has been popular early game, and this pairing doesn't feed into that naturally. Some players prefer pure mono-element teams for reaction efficiency, and the faction synergy benefit, while real, needs to be weighed against running a strong universal support instead. But the directional answer is clear. If you care about Division 2, if you're pulling Shinku, if you want endgame comfort with a fun and mechanically interesting support alongside her, Iroi is your Phase 2 pull. That's the full Iroi breakdown. Range summon healer, 3 sheep with distinct roles, HP scaling heals, attack buffs, crit damage awakenings, and a genuinely interesting kit design that makes her more than just obligatory filler. Strong natural synergy with Shinku through faction bonuses and role complementarity. Everything is still early from Sova. Numbers and specifics will evolve as we get closer to 1.2 beta. Subscribe so you don't miss any updates as new information drops. Leave a like if this was useful for your pull planning. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. And if you want to save money on these upcoming banners, Enjoy GM offers up to 23% off on first-time purchases, so check out Enjoy GM with my link below.